and now all of a sudden they don't want to work. Oh, it looks like they were already on. Sorry guys, I'm a little out of sorts this morning. I'm visiting Juliana, and we're trying to get everything still together. We're just a tad overwhelmed, just not too much, I'd say. Okay, so my earbuds are on. That's why they're not working. Okay. And we're good to go. All right. So anyway, um, here's what happened yesterday. The sun was shining. It was cold outside, of course. I go to Ross. I get these killer Tony Hawk sweatpants that, I want to feel more comfortable and a tad bit lazy when I'm at work. Just, I want more durability because I honestly don't like wearing belts anymore. Not unless I need to. And my job's pretty lenient. Um, as long as they're black, I don't think they really care. But anyway, so I was walking home from Ross the other day. On my way to McDonald's, I noticed this guy, right? Blitzed out of his freaking mind. Just all out there. Excuse me. He's muttering to himself. I'm fairly certain he's talking to me or somebody who's most likely not there. Uh, he's just doing all sorts of things, especially super kicking a grocery cart with his stuff in it. And I'm just like, this dude is on something major, like LSD or something. Like, I don't know what it is. And I tell Jules about this, and she's just like, well, Julian is pretty much thinking that the guy's crazy. And I'm just like, no, because crazy people ironically, have more sense than what he was giving out. They sound like Einstein compared to this guy, just all over the place. And that's why I wanted to make this video because, people who use drugs, they're like, oh, this feels so good. I can't wait to get this and that. I'm gonna get a high. But I'm here to tell you, it's not all fun and games. It's really not. Because people who use drugs, they don't consider the side effects. Like, they just see all the fun parts about it. It's it's a lot like there's a reason they call it uh, I forgot what it was called, something candy, or oh no, wait, I'm thinking of steroids, but still that's just as bad because well, especially if you're a guy, I shouldn't have to explain it to you. But yeah, this wasn't even the first time. Like the other time I was at a light rail station, this guy was shouting at me for no reason. I didn't know who this fool was, but I knew he was hallucinating. And I also told Juliana about that one. And, it's getting really bad, you guys. It's getting to the point where you're not just homeless, but you're using again. Or you're using for the first time. And it's really bad. Because nobody is saying nothing but myself and a few other YouTubers on the subject. It's like, okay, being homeless, not having a place to live, that's one thing. Being hungry, I get that. But drugs are not going to be the answer. And it's getting way out of hand. People are hitting stuff that not even functioning drug users would use. You know what I mean? And it saddens me that this is where our economy has come to. It's starting to become like, okay, so you guys have seen Back to the Future 2. Everything's pretty much gone to Hades, right? Right, because, Biff took over. There's people running amok in the street, a lot of homeless folks. It's starting to become that now. It's starting to become that reality, and that's scary. Because the drugs that people use these days, they're not about uh, feeling good and seeing funny colors. No, they are a lot worse now because uh, the manufacturers who sell them, they are putting a whole bunch of unknown substances in it. And we were learning about this drug in Colombia. It's called the Devil's something or other. I can't remember the name right now, but it's basically they use it as a date rape drug for men. The the working girls, and you know a guy will be unconscious and then wake up either the next day, a few days later, or even a week later in most cases. Excuse me. They won't recognize what happened to them. They won't remember a thing. They'll just wake up. They'll notice all of their stuff is gone. They have no wallet. They even take their passport. So you're basically stuck there. So good luck convincing the American embassy to get you guys a new passport for that. Astro, that's not funny. I'm. It is funny if you think about it, because these bums know exactly what they're doing. They're going to Colombia. They're paying more than what they would pay an American woman. But here's the thing: most of the American working girls, they wouldn't even drug their customers. And the ones who do, they don't use the strong stuff you get out of the States. If they do, then you're in trouble. But I'm saying it, in most cases, they wouldn't have to. Just, there's a reason people should not be using drugs. But higher ups, uh, basically the powers that be, they're making it more difficult for people to live their lives. They're simply like, you have to pay this amount of rent, or you have to get a second job or a third job. It's it's getting out of hand, and I don't want to see my community fall apart because we refuse to do something. And I know some of you are going, "Well, Astro, I do my part. That's good for you, dear. That's good for you." But I'm saying everyone else needs to follow in. And I know you guys are like, "Well, I thought you wanted us to be leaders and not followers." You misinterpret what I mean. You have to follow in order to become a leader. You have to fall in, follow those who know how to lead. Learn how to become a leader. That's basically what I've been wanting to teach you guys. And I know it sounds silly. You want us to be a follower so we can learn how to become a leader. That's usually how it works. But in certain situations like this, yes. I'm saying don't be a follower to trends or social media concepts. That's not what I was talking. That's not what I meant by that. If you want to be a follower for the right reasons. Learn how to become a leader. Teach people, better yet, show people how not to become an addict, how to not fall victim, basically. we need to do better. We need to do better as leaders because it's our responsibility to make sure our community doesn't fall apart because it's been falling apart for the past 2 years now. We had the lockdown, we've had people rioting, and I'm not going to go any further because I know some of you guys have had that up close and personal sort of deal, so I don't want to trigger you guys by saying that, but you guys see the point that I'm trying to make for you. I'm probably not going to spend too much longer on this one, but if you know somebody, and I know some of you guys are like, well, we do interventions, we do this, we do that, and I know that's about as sometimes we feel that's as far as we can go, but I believe we can go even farther. Like, I believe that we can decrease the amount of drug users, people who fall victim to drugs, because it's all about hallucinogens these days, or hell-ucinigens as I call it, because they torture your mind. That's why I call them that they torture your mind to no end. You start seeing things that aren't there, or people you lost that aren't really there. And even if you see the lost ones, like, deceased family members or friends, even if you do see them, fairly certain I'm fairly certain they're saying you have to seek help. You have to not do this drug because it is the most dangerous. You should not. And I know it's hard. It's amazingly difficult. But I've seen results. I've seen miracles happen. Trust me. You do not want to fall victim to being a drug addict, especially when it comes to hallucinogens. And it's a tough. This is a tough subject to talk about because I've seen what it does to people. I've seen what drinking does to people. That's why I keep myself away from that crap. You realize you can also lose IQ points when you use drugs? That's why they say this is your brain on drugs. It has been scientifically proven that an individual will lose a certain amount of IQ points if they start using drugs, even if it's just for a second or for a minute. Guys, I've done the research. I know this stuff. And I don't even use drugs. Specifically hallucinogens. That stuff can kill you. At one point you'll be like, oh, well, this is a lot of fun. This feels so good. And by the end of all of it, yeah, you guys are looking at this right now and be like, he's joking too much. It's the truth, all right? It's the truth. And if you're saying it's not, then you're most likely a drug user yourself. But I'm not gonna cast that on anybody. I'm not gonna be that much of a jerk where you're like, oh, you're a drug user. Get out of here to this and that. I'm not gonna do all that. But it's like I say, if you disagree with me, find another channel to troll on. You don't want to hear the hardcore truth, don't be on my channel. But I'm telling you like it is today. I am seeing a whole lot of these innocent people, these innocent souls, having their minds tortured because They've lost everything, even hope. They've they've lost their sense of direction. They've lost their. They feel like they've lost everything. Period. And they believe that hallucinogens are the way to go. To them it's a coping mechanism. And we have to step up and be like, look, I know you're going through a tough time. We all are. But this is not the answer. And I know it feels good, but it's going to kill you faster than it heals you. We need to say is something like that to a friend, a family member, even to people we don't know. We need to rise up and talk some sense into these babies. Talk some sense into these souls. This hallucinating stuff's gotta stop. We got kids who walk around and they're like, why is this person, excuse me, they're just like, why is this person yelling or screaming? Why is this person kicking a cart? And we have to explain to these children, because they're not, okay, not everybody who acts like that is automatically labeled as crazy. Because I know crazy people. And even they're like, I feel sorry for this individual. I don't know what his problem is or what their problem is. They must be on some stuff. I don't know what it is. And that's another thing. Even the crazy people need help. We need to build more mental health clinics so we can get these people the help they need. But the powers that be is most likely not going to do that. No. All they care about is building stadiums or retail stores that don't make a difference, that just make a dollar bill. Guys, we need to stand up and speak out. Stand up and speak out. I'm going to hashtag that because I think that's really good. Because it's like we lost our free will. It's like we can't say anything, we can't do anything. We're just living in a lapse of conformity. And I thought someone was talking to me for a second. But you guys follow me so far. If you see anybody who's like this, offer your hand. Offer them some help. Just simply talk to these people. Because there's that little inch of them. Little inch. That's going to be like, that's going to converse with you. They're going to be like, my life was so this and that. And then I lost everything. And, there's always going to be an inch of them that will actually converse with you. That will actually connect with you. That's the little voice screaming for help. Because they're basically like, I don't know what to do anymore. What can I do? How can I get myself better? Because society rejected them. And I know I sound like a movie villain when I say that. I realize that, but it's the truth, though. Society has rejected them. That's why they're doing hallucinogens and Lord knows what else. Stand up and speak out. That's all the time I got for you guys. I appreciate you guys showing me the love and support that I need. Remember to like, subscribe, keep the push notifications turned on. Share these videos to people you know, people you don't know. And get the likes up. I mean, come on. You guys watch my videos, you should know as somebody else who watches my channel, ask them to get the likes up, share these videos. Let's put a dent in the world. Let's be the change. I love you guys. Be safe, be well, be loved, be healthy. Above all, mentally healthy. Stand up, speak out. We'll talk soon.